Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Josh and you're watching Our History. Today we're going over the life of Khama III, who gained his reputation as a benevolent and influential leader playing a significant role in the history of Botswana by successfully resisting European colonization during a time when the region was facing increasing pressure from British settlers. So if you enjoy this, please be sure to like, and if you're new here, consider smashing the subscribe button. If this isn't your first rodeo and you haven't shown some love to the subscribe, now is your opportunity. Thank you for watching. Khama III. Khama III, also known as Khama the Good or Khama the Great, was the Kgosi king of the Bangwato people. He lived approximately from 1837 to 1923. Khama III gained his reputation as a benevolent and influential leader, earning him the title of the Good. He played a significant role in the history of Botswana by successfully resisting European colonization during a time when the region was facing increasing pressure from British settlers. Khama III's leadership and diplomatic skills helped preserve the independence and autonomy of the Bangwato people. His legacy continues to inspire respect and admiration in Botswana and beyond. Ancestry and youth. Malope, the chief of the Bakwena, guided his people on a migration from the Transvaal region in South Africa to the southeast area of Botswana. Malope's three sons, Kwena, Ngwato, and Ngwaketse, later separated from their father and established their own communities in neighboring territories. This pattern of familial rifts, where sons moved away and formed new communities, played a significant role in the expansion of ethnic communities across southern Africa. The break between Malope and his sons was caused by a combination of factors. Firstly, Malope's death led to Kwena assuming the Bakwena chieftainship. This change in leadership likely introduced new dynamics and power struggles within the group. Secondly, a dispute over a lost cow between Kwena and Ngwato escalated tensions between the two. The incident served as a final trigger for the Ngwato and his followers, who secretly left Kwena's village and established a new settlement to the north. Similarly, Ngwaketse also moved south. The Ngwato village faced multiple attacks from the Kwena warriors, resulting in their displacement further northward. Despite this adversity, the Ngwato, later known as the Bamangwato, managed to hold on. Historical records demonstrate that under the leadership of Chief Khama III, reigning from 1875 to 1923, the Bamangwato thrived. Through a combination of natural population increase and an influx of refugees from South Africa and Rhodesia, the Bamangwato gradually became the largest ethnic community in the region. Baptism and conflict with Khama. Following the exploration of the Kalahari by Dr. David Livingstone in 1849, a significant hunting-trading boom emerged that lasted until the late 1870s. This trade was under the control of the Bakwena, Bangwato, Bangakwetse, and Batawana tribes, who formed a loose alliance. These Tswana-speaking groups effectively organized private and regimental hunting teams, utilizing horses and firearms. Additionally, they exploited the labor of the desert dwellers, who were subjugated or compelled to provide annual hunting supplies as tribute. Khama played a vital role in the transition to global commerce. He owned a substantial number of horses, guns, and ox wagons, and was fluent in Dutch, the common language of the time. Visitors, particularly hunters from South Africa and various parts of the world, admired him and sought his permission to travel and hunt in Ngwato territory. Khama, despite being portrayed by his missionary patrons as driven by religious motives, played a pivotal role in transforming the Ngwato economy and expanding his influence over various subject groups. Khama is widely recognized as the founder of a Christian state. In 1860, he embraced Christianity and was baptized into the Lutheran Church by German missionary Heinrich Christoph Schulenberg, along with the 5 of his younger brothers. This decision was significant as it marked a departure from their tribal traditions. Prior to his baptism, Khama had already completed the Bogwera, a traditional initiation ceremony into manhood which involved challenging endurance tests, including circumcision. The act of embracing Christianity became increasingly popular among Khama's followers, with a considerable number also choosing to convert. The initial acceptance of Khama's affiliation with the church by his father Chief Khama I, was marked by a grudging tolerance. However, Chief Khama did not personally embrace the church's doctrine, considering it a religion rooted in colonialism that contradicted the core values, beliefs, and practices of the Bangwato people. Over time, their contrasting beliefs and values led to an open conflict between Khama and Khama. During this period, the Bangwato tribe resided in Shoshong, a village that is situated near present-day Mahalapia. During the conflict between Khama and Khama, several intriguing events took place. One such event was an attempted assassination of Khama by Khama himself. Additionally, in 1862, Khama married a Christian woman named Mabesi, which went against the customary practice of polygamy. Khama also displayed resilience by withstanding Khama's sorcery. As the conflict escalated, Khama and his Christian followers were forced into exile in the hills near Shoshong. However, after a failed second assassination attempt on Khama, he was able to return to Shoshong, while Khama went into exile. As a result, Khama's brother, Macheng, was appointed as the new chief of the tribe. After a series of conflicts, Macheng and Khama found themselves at odds, leading to Macheng to orchestrate an unsuccessful assassination attempt on Khama. Consequently, Khama ousted Macheng from power and chose to reinstate his father, Khama, as chief of the Bamangwato tribe. This move by Khama can be seen as either a selfless act of goodwill or a strict adherence to tribal customs. Unfortunately, the temporary truce between father and son did not last long, and tensions resurfaced within a few months. After relocating to the village of Sorowe, Khama and his followers engaged in a war with Khama, which lasted for about a month. This conflict resulted in Khama's defeat and marked Khama's ascension to the kingship. With this victory, Khama gained the freedom to leave a lasting impact on the history of the tribe. Kingship. During his time as king, Khama made three significant decisions that had a lasting impact. Firstly, he abolished the Bogwera ceremony but kept the Mepato regiments intact. These regiments provided free labor for various economic and religious purposes. Under Khama's rule, the Mepato's responsibilities expanded to include the construction of primary schools, grain silos, water reticulation systems, and even a college called Moeng. Khama also introduced European technological advancements to the Bamangwato territory, such as the Mogoma, which is an ox-drawn moldboard plough, and wagons for transportation. In the Bangwato society, both men and women were obligated to participate in assigned work projects when their regiments were summoned for service. These work projects, known as Mepato, were announced by an appointed individual who would climb Sorowe Hill and vocally proclaim the name of Mepato scheduled to commence work. All members of the designated Mepato were then required to immediately abandon their current activities and embark on a 6-month tour of duty. It is important to note that the village did not provide any form of material support to the Mepato, especially in terms of food provision. Consequently, the Mepato was expected to independently sustain itself during the duration of the work assignment. Khama's ascension as Kgosi in 1875 was accompanied by numerous challenges and opportunities. He faced threats from Ndebele incursions, Boer and mixed trekkers, and German forces seeking to claim his territory. To counter these dangers, Khama aligned his state with the British administration, gaining their protection and assistance. He expanded his control over a larger area without any previous Kgosi. Embracing Christianity, Khama outlawed sectarianism and criticized traditionalist institutions. Khama also implemented strict laws against alcohol importation, leading to the banishment of white settlers from his kingdom. The British government faced a dilemma regarding the future of the territory, with differing views among influential figures. John Mackenzie, a local missionary, advocated for establishing a protectorate to safeguard the interests of the indigenous population. On the other hand, Cecil Rhodes led a faction demanding European settlement and economic exploitation. The resolution was reached in 1885 when the territory was divided, with the southern region becoming the colony of British Bechuanaland and the northern region becoming Bechuanaland Protectorate. Eventually, the colony was incorporated into the British Cape Colony, which was now a part of South Africa. In 1895, Khama, along with two other chiefs, Bathoen I and Sebele I, embarked on a journey to Britain to seek protection for their territory from Cecil Rhodes's British South Africa Company and Afrikaner settlers encroaching from the south. This trip was organized by missionaries with a primary focus on Khama's Christianity. During their time in Britain, the chiefs engaged in extensive public speaking engagements, particularly targeting large evangelical audiences. This led to a widespread promotion of Khama's biography and garnered significant press coverage, solidifying his legacy as an African Christian figure. The journey to Britain by the three Tswana kings, following the Jameson raid of 1896, resulted in a successful outcome. The ill-fated raid had tarnished the reputation of Cecil Rhodes. However, Khama and his fellow leaders were able to persuade the British authorities to protect the Bangwato people. It is highly probable that if they had not been successful in convincing the British authorities, a significant portion of present-day Botswana would have been assimilated into Rhodesia and South Africa. Khama III implemented various measures during his reign to Christianize and modernize his tribe. These included promoting education by establishing schools and hiring educated Christians, banning alcohol on tribal lands, which achieved a mixed success, restricting the sale of cattle outside the Bangwato territory, and abolishing polygamy. The elimination of polygamy was particularly controversial, as it disrupted the traditional family structures that relied on extended families formed through polygamous marriages. As Christianity spread to other tribes and polygamy was universally abolished, it is argued that the social cohesion provided by extended families eroded. Legacy. Khama had a son named Khama II, who became king after Khama's death in 1923. Khama II's eldest son was Seretse. Khama had multiple wives, each one after the death of the former, and one of them, Semane, gave birth to a son named Tshekedi. Khama II's reign lasted about a year, making his infant son Seretse the rightful heir. As per tradition, Tshekedi served as regent until Seretse was ready to assume the chief role. The transition was planned to take place after Seretse completed his law studies in Britain. Tshekedi Khama's regency as acting chief of the Bangwato is notable for his establishment of Mepato regiments to construct primary schools, grain silos, and water reticulation systems. He showed consistent involvement in administering justice in Ngwato country and worked towards unifying the tribe during the division caused by Seretse's interracial marriage with Ruth Williams. In response to Tshekedi's opposition and the divided tribal opinion, Seretse and Ruth decided to proceed with their marriage. The colonial authorities intervened and exiled both of them, with Tshekedi being removed from the Bangwato territory and Seretse from the entire protectorate. Riots erupted following their exile. After resolving the conflicts and reconciling with Tshekedi, Seretse shifted his focus from being chief of the Bangwato tribe to becoming the leader of the Botswana Democratic Party. In 1966, he was elected as the president of Botswana, which gained independence. Seretse served as the president until his death in 1980 due to pancreatic cancer. The 3 Kgosi monument features Khama III along with 2 other Kgosi for their work in establishing Botswana's independence. If you made it this far, I hope you're really enjoying this channel, and if you'd like more information about this time, check out this video here. Otherwise, you can binge on this playlist here. If you'd like to support the creation of more content like this, because all contributions are greatly appreciated, consider joining the channel in the membership tab or check out the Patreon link in the description below.